You made it to the Pecos, carved your empire neath the sun. You've won 100 battles, but the fight keeps going on. And you still keep going on. And you still keep going on.
Murphy and Nodine's men have the store surrounded. Billy's in there. Oh, please, Mr. Chisholm.
Take care of her, Sally.
What are you going to do?
What I'd have done 25 years ago. My name's Chisholm. Those animals are mine.
Oh, there must be some mistake here.
You made it.
Oh, well, I guess I have to kill you and take your horses, too.
Men cross my land or even touch one of my cows or do anything to that store, I'm not going to the sheriff, the governor, or the president of the United States. I'm coming to see you.
Mr. Chisholm, that sounds like a threat.
Wrong word. Fact.
John Wayne, the legend. John Wayne, the hero.
Raw.
John Wayne, the winner. John Wayne, the man.
Now the wind blows slowly, and you can't help thinking of the things that you left behind.
I'm going down there. The rest of you cover me with your long guns.
We're in saddle.
It's Chisholm.
Chisholm, John Chisholm, can you still keep going on? Can you still keep going on?
Science couldn't explain it, but there it was, alive in the deep, deep waters of the Amazon. A throwback to a creature that had existed 100 million years ago, immensely strong and destructive. A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair. See underwater thrills never photographed before. See titanic underwater battles never dreamed of before in this most terrifying of the science fiction adventures. Drive away your worries and cares at this drive-in theater, where you will see the finest motion pictures of all time, soon.
It's the decade's most daring novel.
Such startling characters.
Such untamed emotions.
Now it's the frankest motion picture ever made.
Half the stinking city hall go there. They sneak in at night. And I walk in this front door in the daytime, see?
Don't you ever touch her again. You're no good.
And don't lie to me,
I'll try to help.
I love you, Aaron. He's watching us.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is too. Let's move over here.
Yes, life in its every emotion leaps from the pages of John Steinbeck's best of all his bestsellers. And to bring new vitality to every explosive chapter, to capture for you the stark realism of people who love so deeply, hate so fiercely, live so recklessly, Warner Brothers had to seek out vibrant new personalities, tap new sources of talent, create new stars. James Dean as Cal, the wildest boy you've ever met. Julie Harris as Abra, the most outspoken girl you've ever known. Jo Van Fleet as Kate, the most wicked woman you've ever seen. And all the other memorable figures who form a dramatic cavalcade that moves across California's lustiest era and her most colorful locale.
How come you did it?
Did what?
Shot my father.
Because he tried to hold me. He tried to tie me down. Nobody holds me.
I'm glad I know I love you. Because now I know I wasn't imagining it all. I was even thinking I was bad. I love you even though I'm afraid of you. Maybe someday I won't be.
Your son, Aaron, he's everything that's good. Say hello to your mother, Aaron.
Say hello to your mother!
What if circumstances were to magnify one of them in size and strength, took it out of its primitive world and turned it loose in ours? Then expect something that's fiercer, more cruel and deadly than anything that ever walked the earth.
Even science was stunned. The new atomic miracle should have been mankind's greatest boon. Instead, when such power to cause phenomenal growth proved dangerously unstable, man was confronted with his most shocking blunder.
The isotope triggered our nutrient into a nightmare.
A blunder that transformed a tiny insect into the 100-foot spider that was now ravaging the panic-stricken countryside.
Now, from the most widely acclaimed novel of our generation, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer presents David Lean's film of Boris Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago. The spectacle of armies changing history. The epic of a grand romantic age giving way to a new and violent order. The drama of young lovers. Far from the bitter guns of war. Alone and silent. This is Dr. Zhivago. Chaplin as Tonya, tender child, delicate woman, loving wife of Zhivago.
I have a very delightful announcement to make. Now listen, please, please. Dr. Zhivago is betrothed in marriage to...
Julie Christie as Lara, the violent, sensual, sensitive girl. Zhivago's great love and mistress. Tom Courtney as Lara's husband, Pasha, the dedicated young revolutionary leader. Alec Guinness as Zhivago's mysterious half-brother, Yevgraf. Siobhan McKenna and Ralph Richardson as Zhivago's adopted parents. Rod Steiger as Komarovsky, Lara's tormentor, a man of power, lust, and anguish. Rita Tushingham as the girl. Her past is the key to their story. And Omar Sharif as Zhivago, a man of peace, forced into war. A man who loved deeply, tenderly, passionately. Zhivago, a man in love with life. This is Dr. Zhivago, winner of 6 Academy Awards. The might of war. The majesty of love. The monumental motion picture of our time. Dr. Zhivago.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
When this dead hand moves, the monster created by a man they called mad is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Elizabeth!
To prey upon the innocence of children. This is the story you've heard about, talked about. The spine-tingling, blood-chilling story that stuns your emotions. Frankenstein.
Don't touch that!
To watch a screen full of savage, bloodthirsty, rampaging Indians on the warpath? Does a tender story of family devotion get you right here?
If you're my father, if you love me, you'll shoot him.
Well, I'm your father, and I sure love you, so...
Oh, you shot him!
Does superb horsemanship thrill you? Does genteel elegance hold you in thrall? If so, then McClintock will hit you where you live. Do you like a story of inspiring restraint and self-control?
Now, we'll all calm down.
Boss, he's just a little excited.
I know. I'm going to use good judgment. I haven't lost my temper in 40 years. But Pilgrim caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. I won't. The hell I won't.
The screen hasn't seen such a rip-roaring, no-holds-barred Donnybrook in years. And you haven't ever seen so much wild, frantic fun as John Wayne as the immovable G.W. McClintock clashes head-on with an irresistible firebrand of a redhead named Maureen O'Hara.
Careful, I had my appendix out last year.
It's the funniest comedy since laughter began. Of a wife who spent the summer away, and a husband who stayed home to play and play and play.
Because now I'm going to take you in my arms and kiss you. Very quickly and very hard.
Hey, wait a minute!
With Marilyn Monroe, soaring to new heights as the screen's most lovable laugh-getter.
Everything's fine. A married man, air conditioning, champagne and potato chips. It's just a wonderful party.
Tom Ewell, who created the original role on Broadway. Evelyn Keyes, Sonny Tufts, Robert Strauss.
This is what they call classical music, isn't it?
Yes.
I could tell because there's no vocal.
Shh. Don't talk. Let it sweep over you. Relax. Go limp.
Like this?
I've been married for 7 years, and I'm afraid I'm coming down with what you and Dr. Steichel call the 7-year itch. What am I going to do?
If something itches, my dear sir, the natural tendency is to scratch.
I scratched last night. There was this young lady.
Hi. We forgot about the stairs. Isn't that silly? It was very easy. I just pulled out the nails.
Oh.
It's perfectly safe. Nobody will ever find out. Well, where shall I sleep?
Yes, it came from outer space to fill the world with terror, to bring you unforgettable suspense. What was it? Where did it come from? Who were the all-powerful creatures it brought from outer space? And what did they want on Earth? You can learn the amazing answer only when you see the most thrilling picture in years. It came from outer space. In the astonishing realism of 3 dimension, with objects coming right out of the screen, so real they almost touch you.
most poignant legend of love in our language. The immortal tale of King Arthur. Guinevere. Lancelot, the perfect knight. And sinister Mordred. As memorialized in T.H. White's modern classic and transformed into one of the most loved and successful musical dramas of modern theater by the lyrics of Alan J. Lerner and the music of Frederick Lowe, now brought gloriously to the screen. Camelot.
Weird, wonderful, the stuff for which movies were made. Adventure, to make you wonder if it's true, while your eyes convince you that it is. Truly, the thrill of thrills. Don't miss it this time.
You may have seen it, like this, but it's been 50 years since you could experience it, like this. Set in French Morocco at the beginning of the Second World War, Casablanca is the story of those desperate to escape the Nazi regime.
Rick, help me.
Be a fool, you can't get away.
But Rick, hide me. Do something. You must help me, Rick.
I'd stick my neck out for nobody.
Humphrey Bogart is Rick, cynical expatriate.
What is your nationality?
I'm a drunkard.
That makes Rick a citizen of the world.
I reserve the table. Victor Laszlo.
There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. He will offer a fortune to anyone who'll furnish him with an exit visa.
Oh, I should say two. Why two? He's traveling with a lady. We'll take one.
I think not. I've seen the lady.
Ingrid Bergman is Ilsa, the last woman he ever expected to see. The only woman he ever loved.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
I thought I would never see you again. That you are out of my life.
I know a good deal more about you than you suspect. I know that you're in love with a woman. It's perhaps a strange circumstance that we both should be in love with the same woman.
If you knew how much I loved you. How much I still love you.
The Academy Award-winning masterpiece of its time.
I suspect that under that cynical shell, you're at heart a sentimentalist.
Is still one of the greatest motion pictures of all time.
Are you ready, Ilsa?
I don't know what's right any longer. You have to think for both of us. For all of us.
Dooley Wilson.
You must remember this.
Sidney Greenstreet. Peter Lorre. Claude Rains.
This gun is pointed right at your heart.
That is my least vulnerable spot.
Paul Henreid.
I love you very much, my dear.
Ingrid Bergman. And Humphrey Bogart. Isn't it about time we play it again?
He's looking at you, kid.
As time goes by.
I'd like to tell you about The Quiet Man. He's John Wayne in a picture you'll soon be cheering. It's the story of Sean Thornton, a right-intended man who came from America to forget his past in Innisfree. There he met a fiery red-headed lass, and the village marriage broker went to work.
That's a pretty bonnet you have on.
Bonnet? Don't you be talking to me about bonnets. After leaving mine stuck up there like a...
Easy now. Have the good manners not to hit the man until he's your husband and entitled to hit you back.
Then her bully of a brother, Red Will Danaher, refused to pay her rightful dowry.
There'll be no locks or bolts between us, Mary Kate, except those in your own mercenary little heart.
Mary Kate left him to go to Dublin, but he caught her at the station and brought her back with the whole town watching him do it.
I'll pay you. Never.
Then the fight was on. A fight they're still talking about in Innisfree. It's a wonderful picture. The finest ever brought to the screen by John Ford, and he's won 3 Academy Awards. His direction makes unforgettable the performances of John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, Barry Fitzgerald, and Victor McLaglen.
Selznick International Pictures presents.
Ashley, I've been looking for you everywhere.
Ashley's going to marry Miss Melanie. It'll be announced tomorrow night at the ball.
Can't be true. Ashley loves me. Whatever comes, I'll love you just as I do now. I can't think of anything bad enough to call you.
Winner of 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
That's Red Butler. He's from Charleston. He has a most terrible reputation.
That's what's wrong with you. You should be kissed and often, and by someone who knows how.
Wah, wah, wah. This war talk's spoiling all the fun at every part of this book.
Another triumph for our magnificent men in arms.
There isn't going to be any war.
A story of the Old South.
You think you could parade right through the Yankee Army with a sick woman, a baby, and a simple-minded darky?
I won't think about that now. Think about that tomorrow.
It's a historic moment. You can tell your grandchildren how you watched the Old South disappear one night.
When the war's over, Ashley. Oh, Scarlett, you're so sweet to worry about Ashley like this for me.
A story of love.
I only know that I love you.
Most of the miseries of the world were caused by wars. And when the wars were over, no one ever knew what they were about.
It's over! It's over! It's all over, the war!
And it sure is a happy day.
You get your strength from this red earth of Tara, Scarlett. You're part of it. It's part of you.
By the Academy Award winner Victor Fleming. Starring Academy Award winner Vivian Leigh, Clark Gable, Academy Award winner Hattie McDaniel,
Come on!
Leslie Howard, Olivia de Havilland. A story of a woman. A story of a civilization gone with the wind.
Land is the only thing in the world worth working for, worth fighting for, worth dying for, because it's the only thing that lasts.
Private Robert E. Lee Pruitt, reporting to the company commander as ordered.
I'm the regimental boxing coach, you know.
I'm sorry, sir, I quit fighting. Just hate to see a good guy get it in the gut.
Well, you better get used to it, kid. You'll probably see a lot of it before you die.
If you're looking for the captain, he isn't here.
If I'm not looking for him?
If you go now, I'll never see you again. I know it.